Hey guys, it's Becca and I'm back with some tips, do's and don'ts for having a yard sale. We just had one, it went really well. Learned some things not to do, learned some things to definitely do next time. So having yard sales are a lot of fun. I love going to yard sales. I love having yard sales. It's a great way to get rid of and declutter your stuff because we all have too much. I know that for me, I have way too much. Okay, so we have some do's and some don'ts, and today we're gonna start with a do. The first thing that you should definitely do is list your yard sale, garage sale, tag sale on a social media. They have several social media sites. Now Craigslist, I posted mine on Craigslist, and Craigslist actually shares it with other websites. So be aware of that, like yardsale.com, I think a couple different apps will have access to that information. And when I posted on Craigslist, I had several people, at least 6 or 7 people say they found it that way. So I feel like the newspaper is kind of an old-fashioned way of advertising. Still could be effective, but I feel like Craigslist and online social medias are better when you're trying to advertise your yard sale. You have an opportunity to post pictures on Craigslist of things that you're selling. So that's definitely a great thing to do. I posted a futon and a couple other things that we were selling, and it really did help in getting rid of those large items. It's always a great idea to have a list of all the items that you're selling. I put clothes, and I actually put the sizes of the clothes that I had available. That way people know when they drive by, oh, she's selling these sizes. It's always important to have these large items that you're advertising on Craigslist at the side of the road. Make sure that they're visible, so when people drive by, your large items are going to attract the right people. The first don't would be, don't worry about making signs, because this year I learned the hard way. I made some poster board signs and I put them out the night before, but it was damp that night. So all the poster boards just kind of like went limp and were wet and just kind of fell off all the poles. So we went around the night before around 10 o'clock and put up all these signs around the area. Well, the next morning, the one I had by the road was all like limp and ineffective. So if you're going to put signs out, I would recommend getting ones that you put on little stands that are at Dollar Tree, and then that are made of a material that doesn't get wet. It's wet proof or whatever. So make sure you use the right material. It's often better just to make pre-made ones if you're going to do it. But yeah. The next do is price your items, but don't worry about missing a few of the larger ones, or if you're not sure what something's worth, leave the price off of it. Let people make offers. Your goal for this yard sale is to get rid of stuff. It's not to keep your stuff. That's one thing I had to remember. Now we had a 2-day sale, and so some people that came the first day came back the second day to see if the items had been sold yet to purchase, and so, you know, they were still interested in some of those things. So leaving the price off, you may think that's not really good, because then the person won't even offer to pay anything for it. They'll just walk by and leave it. But there are some good examples of why it's good to do that. An example, my mother-in-law had a yard sale one time where she had a box of lapel pins from the organization she worked for, and she had a whole little box of them, and someone offered her 30 bucks, and she let them make the offer, and she was gonna sell them for like $5. Like, she didn't think they were worth, you know, that much, but to that person it was worth $30, so she made 30 bucks. And then we also sold a stamp collection for this yard sale, and a baseball card collection, a Yankees baseball card collection. These types of collections, really, it's up to the person really to know what they're willing to pay. And so for us, we didn't even mark the baseball cards or the stamp collection. We just let them, I said, what is fair to you, or what would you like to offer me? And we made some good money off of that. So you don't want to overprice items and ask for an outlandish amount, but at the same time, you know, you could just leave it blank and let them offer, and you might be surprised at what offers you get. Think about this. When you are having your yard sale, do you really want to pack all this stuff back up? Do you want to take it back inside? I sure don't. So price it so that people will buy it. They can always haggle the price and get a lower price if they really want to, but try to set it at a reasonable, fair price. You're not competing with thrift stores, or you're not competing with other yard sales. The purpose is to get rid of the stuff. The second don't is don't keep all your money outside. The large bills that you have to make change and the bulk of your money that you have already made, you should keep inside your house. That way, if someone comes by and is trying to get money from you and pressures you or whatever, you're not going to give everything that you earn to that person. You definitely want to protect yourself and just keep enough change on you that will help to, you know, make change for someone. You don't want to have all of it in one hand, in your hand, a wad of cash. Be safe with it, okay? Keep it concealed. The third thing that I thought was awesome for this yard sale that we had was having it open 2 consecutive days. It was really great to have it open Friday and Saturday, and believe it or not, Friday was actually more effective and more profitable than Saturday. So we opened it from 8 to 4 each day, and actually we kept it open later each day, later than 4, because people were coming home from work and stuff. So if you're willing to hold out and keep it open longer, you can make more sales. We actually sold our baseball cards after our sale was already over, when people were stopping by, like on their way home. So 2 consecutive days is really great, because not everyone can come on Friday. Maybe they can come Saturday, or maybe they can only come Friday and they can't come Saturday. So they have an option. When they're driving by, they may think, oh, you know, maybe I'll stop by after work. And if they can't, the next day they can come by. With everyone that I saw, I told them, we'll be here tomorrow too, so come back, you know, bring your friends, you know, and definitely come back and see us if you're interested in some of the items. Yeah, so overall we made more on Friday than Saturday, so it's definitely kind of a toss-up. You would think that Saturday would be more popular, but really Friday was the more effective day. The last don't that I have for you is don't be afraid to sell clothes. And at first, when we were getting all the stuff down from the attic that we wanted to sell, my husband brought down 6 like buckets of clothes, things that didn't fit, things that we just have been having up there forever. And it's just a waste of space. We need the space up there. So we had 6 buckets of clothing, and we were a little concerned about selling it, you know, and so I came up with the idea, and I think it's a really great idea, of selling the clothes, fill a bag for $2. So I got all my Food Lion bags, all my Kroger bags from the store, and I set them out in a little bucket, and the people could just grab a bag and fill a bag for $2. And you wouldn't believe the response I had from that. I had already posted the sizes on Craigslist of the items, the size of clothing, and then every single person that came to my yard sale, once they were comfortable in the yard sale and once they had already been looking around a little bit, I said, just want to mention we do have clothes. These are the sizes, and if you fill a bag, it's only $2. And people went right over and looked, and it was a good plan, and I'm really glad that it worked. We sold at least 9 bags of clothing. So like what, $18 of clothes that I really didn't think I was gonna be selling. And I didn't display it. I just had buckets of clothes that were folded neatly. By the end, they were all messed up, but people were digging through. People were digging through and getting, you know, bags of clothes. So it was really great. Highly would recommend, if you have clothes and you think, I'll just bring it to Goodwill, I won't even try to sell it, give it a shot, you know, you never know. So those are my do's and don'ts for having a yard sale. I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely, there's more of them I'm sure we could list. So if you have any other suggestions, leave them in the comments below. And I really enjoyed having this yard sale. Now we did donate our additional items, anything that I didn't want to keep personally, we donated. It's always a great idea to, if you need the money and you need to have a yard sale, have it, get the money you need, and then donate the rest, because who wants to bring all that stuff back into your house? Sure don't want to do it. And it's so great to have a decluttered house. I mean, before we had this yard sale, we went through each room and just gathered things that we wanted to sell. And yeah, it was really great. So hope you guys have good success with your yard sale. And thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great day.